All right, let's talk about Tool. For decades, this band has been wrapped in this aura of mystery, right? Their music is super dense, their art is, well, it's pretty unsettling, and good luck getting a straight answer from them in an interview. They feel less like a rock band and more like one of those intricate puzzle boxes. So what do you say we try to find the key and figure out what's really going on inside? So, yeah, what is it about them? What makes Tool so compelling, but also, let's be real, kind of intimidating to get into? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. We are going to deconstruct this band layer by layer. We'll dig into everything, the sound, the visuals, and even the math and philosophy that's hiding just beneath the surface. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The very first layer. You have to understand the raw, visceral angst that totally defined their early stuff, like on their debut album, Undertow. And believe me, this wasn't just random noise. It was a direct reaction to the world they were living in. In this quote from vocalist Maynard James Keenan, it pretty much says it all. He talks about busting his ass on movie sets in Hollywood just to survive, dealing with crazy high rent and all this weird hypocrisy. He says the music was just super emotionally driven, a gut reaction to all of that. And you can really, really hear that tension in every single note. And it wasn't just about their personal frustrations either. Drummer Danny Carey points out they were actively pushing back against what was popular at the time. I mean, he literally calls them poofy-haired idiots, the hair metal bands that were dominating the scene. They wanted to create something with more substance, something more cerebral, something you could actually dig into. So how does all that rebellious energy actually translate into the music? Well, this is where a lot of people get hooked, and honestly, where a lot of people get completely lost. So let's peel back that next layer, their legendary musical complexity. And we're going to use their Grammy-winning song Schism as our roadmap here. You see, for years, musicians have argued about how to even count the iconic opening riff of this song. Is it one big, complex measure of 12/8 time, or is there something else entirely going on? This whole debate really gets to the core of what makes Tool's music so different. Okay, so let's break it down. You've got two main camps. One says it's just one measure of 12/8. The other says, no, it's alternating measures of 5/8 and 7/8. Now, if you do the math, both 12 and 5 plus 7 equal 12. So technically, they're both right. So why does this even matter? Who cares? Well, it matters because of one crucial word, phrasing. And this Reddit user, Lil Khalid, just nails it. They explain that the riff feels like two separate but connected ideas. It's like a musical call and response. There's a statement in that 5/8 part and then an answer in the 7/8 part. So counting it as two separate pieces, the 5 and the 7, actually reflects how the music feels and what it's doing, not just adding up numbers. And that insane level of detail, it's not just in the music. Let's peel back the next layer, their visual art. Because for Tool, the visuals are every bit as important as the sound. We're not talking about your average music videos here. These things are basically short films. And to understand their visuals, you have to know about their guitarist, Adam Jones. See, before Tool even existed, Jones had a whole other career as a special effects artist in Hollywood. And I mean, he worked on huge movies like Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park. And that whole background, his skill with sculpture and practical effects, ended up defining the band's entire look. This is what creates that unique Toolness, While everyone else was jumping on the CGI bandwagon, Tool doubled down on practical effects. We're talking painstaking stop-motion animation, incredibly detailed puppets, like these articulated silicone figures. It gives their videos this tangible, almost fleshy, and seriously unsettling quality that you just don't get with computers. Okay, so we've talked sound, we've talked visuals. Now we're going even deeper. We're getting to the layer that for a lot of people is the most mind-blowing part of all this. The fact that they literally use mathematics to write their music. To get this, you first need to know about something called the Fibonacci sequence. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's a pattern you see all over nature, where each number is just the sum of the two that came before it. So you start with 1, 1, then you add them to get 2, add 1 and 2 to get 3, 2 and 3 make 5, 3 and 5 make 8, and on and on. Okay, so what in the world does this have to do with a rock band? Everything. Because this is the opening verse to their song Lateralus. Now just count the syllables in each line with me. Black, that's 1. Then, that's 1. White R, that's 2. All I see, 3.
In my infancy, 5. Red and yellow then came to be, 8. Look at that. It is a perfect Fibonacci sequence, hidden right there in the lyrics. It's so precise, so deliberate, just hiding in plain sight. And it's not just that one verse. The entire song is built around this sequence. It goes up, and then it comes back down, creating this incredible musical spiral. And this isn't just a gimmick. The math, the structure, it perfectly mirrors what the song is actually about: growth, expanding your awareness, and, as the lyrics say, spiraling out. Which brings us, finally, to the very core of the onion, the last layer. Why? Why do all of this? The crazy rhythms, the creepy art, the hidden math puzzles, what's the point? Well, it's because all of it, every single piece, serves a central philosophy. If you really dig into their lyrics, you'll find they're packed with ideas from the psychologist Carl Jung. They explore concepts like the shadow self, the darker parts of your personality that you don't always want to look at, and the process of becoming a complete whole person, which Jung called individuation. The music itself is meant to be a vehicle for that kind of deep self-exploration. So this all brings us right back to where we started. With all of these layers, the anger, the complex music, the art, the math, the philosophy, what about the name? Tool. Is it just a name, or does it actually tie this whole thing together? Well, here you go. The answer, straight from Maynard himself. The name is kind of both a joke and a mission statement. He says, sure, you can think of it in the juvenile way, but really it's a wrench, a shovel. He's saying, use us. We are your tool. Use us as a catalyst to go figure out whatever it is you need to figure out for yourself. So when you put all those layers back together, you finally see the whole picture. It's not just being complicated for the sake of being complicated. The insane rhythms, the handcrafted visuals, the hidden math, it's all there for a reason. It's all designed to serve that one core idea, to act as a tool to make you think, to make you engage, and to get you to look inward. And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. For some people, all this complexity can feel like a barrier, right? Like a wall that's designed to keep you out. But maybe that's the whole point. Maybe it's not a wall at all. Maybe it's an invitation, a challenge from the band to you, to listen just a little bit closer, to look a little deeper, and to think just a little bit harder.